The GAA Club Championship Preview on OTB Sports.
In partnership with AIB, proud sponsors of the Football, Hurling and Camogie All-Ireland Club Championships.
Yeah, and they're getting down to the really interesting stuff in the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championships because it's semi-final weekend, and I'm delighted to be joined on the line by Allard Camogie player Ursula Jacob ahead of the semi-final with Clonmel Commercials of Tipperary this Sunday, 1:30. It takes place at Clonmel Commercials. Of course, they're playing Clare's Scariff Ogonolloe. It is set to be one of the toughest semi-final showdowns. It'll be streamed live on the official Camogie YouTube channel. This year's AIB Club Championship celebrates #the toughest players in Gaelic games, those who, despite adversity, don't quit, who persevere no matter how tough it gets, because tough can't quit. Ursula, how are you keeping?
Not too bad, thanks.
Is this season 22 or season 23 of Senior Camogie?
Well, it's officially probably season 23, but
right.
It's I've been a long time around playing with Allard at this stage, so since I was 14, like a few of the other girls, so we've known no different for the past 20 plus years, so it's been a mad journey, but a really enjoyable one.
And weeks like this, I guess, the most enjoyable, where there's a huge game coming down the track quickly. There's a good mix in the squad. I know people were saying earlier in the championship maybe it's an ageing Allard squad, but there's some young players coming through who maybe not experienced it for the first time, but you know, it's they haven't been on the road quite as long. They still have that real excitement that I'm sure gets you buzzing as well.
Yeah, I think no matter what age you are, if you're not buzzing and excited the week of a big game, there's probably no place for you in a panel. So yeah, look, we've probably a nice mix at this stage of the more experienced players, and then with some of the younger girls who really, laid down a marker on the team this year and last year, and some of these girls who are probably only in their early 20s but have a huge amount of experience already. I look at the likes of Aoife Dunn and Aideen Brennan, two girls that won junior All-Ireland medals with Wexford last year, and they're only in their early to mid-20s, and they've already achieved so much at an early age. So you might say that they're a lot younger than the likes of me and some of the other girls, but they have a huge amount of experience at playing at top level as well. So it's great to have that balance in the team.
Camogie has made such strides as well over recent years. Do you find that those younger players have different expectations than you would have had at the same age?
Yeah, I think, look, at the standard across the board has definitely raised at both club and county level. When I look when I started playing with Wexford back, years and years ago, the standard just probably wasn't there, the level of professionalism. Now these girls that are coming into senior club setups are expecting everything very, very professional and to a high standard, whether that's the coaching element, whether it's the facilities, whether it's having a nutritionist or whatever, strength and conditioning. That's all part and parcel of playing club camogie as well as county camogie. So I definitely think girls coming into panels at this stage, their expectations are completely different than what it would have been for when I was starting out my career. But it's all for the better, and it's hugely positive for the game of camogie, and it just shows how much it's come on in the last 5-10 years in particular.
It is a strange scenario because of COVID that it's just 2 months at this stage since Allard won last year's final, won the All-Ireland title, beat Sarsfield in the final, and now you're back in the semi-final stage of the next year's club championship. The buzz of winning that All-Ireland title, but then having to get straight back into it again, was it an ideal scenario? Would you prefer to actually sit back and enjoy it a little bit more?
No, look, I think I don't think any of us will ever complain that we're still playing and we're back in an All-Ireland semi-final. Obviously the win last December was massive to us as a parish and as a team, and it was brilliant, and we thoroughly enjoyed the win because it had been a long time coming, and we had fought so hard for those games to be played. So I suppose we enjoyed the little bit of a break at Christmas. A couple of us got married, and then kind of once January came, we kind of refocused. We kind of parked, what we achieved in 2021 and said, look, we've a new focus now. And we had automatically qualified for the Leinster final there 3 weeks ago. So we kind of had to prepare ourselves for that and bring ourselves back down to reality that this was a new campaign. What happened in 2021 is over and done with. That might seem maybe a little bit harsh, but at the moment, you know, that's brilliant. We won that, but this is a new campaign and we've another huge battle on Sunday. So, yeah, look, it's been great. I don't think any of us mind when there's games coming thick and fast, because there was a period of time where there was no games and we were unsure where they're going to even take place. So, look, the more games, the better. It's a good sign if you're playing games at this level.
It is the challenge for any reigning champions to get that mix right between still maintaining the hunger and the motivation, but also taking the confidence of the success that you had in December. And I guess that's an easier thing when there is such a small gap, that it's so fresh in the memory, the joy that you would have felt of winning an All-Ireland title and the confidence that comes with that. Like the buzz of December must still be there in a natural way, even going into this year, as much as you're trying to put it to the back of your minds and say it's a whole new season.
Yeah, look, without a doubt, you're looking to build on that as well, because it's not that long ago. You know, December is only 2 months ago, really, and only a matter of weeks. So there is that buzz around, and I have to say, even the people in the locality and the parish, these games have kept them really going as well. And there's great enthusiasm and excitement from everyone as well, and that keeps you motivated as well, because when you have a huge support and backing of people in your parish around you, it's brilliant. But like, playing with your club is the most special feeling, because these are the girls that you've went to primary school with, you've played the whole way up, and you've really got each other's back, and that's what we're looking to do again, kind of build on kind of what we did last year, but also know that every team is gunning for us now, and we have to raise the bar again. And our sole focus is this Sunday, and we won't be looking past that at this stage.
We had Colin Fennelly on this night last week from Ballyhale, which hopefully wasn't a bad omen for being the Thursday night guest ahead of a big game, with how it ended up going for Ballyhale last weekend. But he was talking about stepping away from the inter-county scene and the freshness that he now brings back to the club. You're several years away from the inter-county scene at this stage, but that buzz that you talk about of the local community, it gives people such life. The club, it feels and sounds like, from listening to you, that it's given you life as well, that there's such a real pleasure of getting out there and playing with people you grew up with and people you probably watched growing up.
Yeah, without a doubt. Look, I always knew when I retired, this is my 7th year retired from Wexford, and it's hard to believe how quick time goes by. You think things stop and wait for you, but they don't. Everything keeps moving. But I always knew once I had retired at Wexford, I was coming back to a brilliant club. And I know it's very cliched and maybe slightly cheesy or whatever, but you start and finish your career with your club. And thankfully, I've come back to a great club. I absolutely love wearing the red and black. I take great pride in it. And it's just such a special place to be from, because in particular in the last couple of years, everyone has had tough times throughout COVID, but the joy that it's brought people in the locality, especially the older people, the joy it's brought to our families and friends, it really kept us all going, and that momentum that we built, going week in, week out, playing the games, it's just brilliant. And you thrive off that then as a player, because when you see that smile on your parents' face after a game, or the excitement in the week of a match, that's what sport and playing camogie or whatever you play is all about. It's the enjoyment. And I've played camogie since I've been 6 or 7 years of age, and I've probably never enjoyed it as much in the last couple of years. And that might seem strange, because it's been quite a disruptive 2 years. But I don't know, just the group of girls, the management team, everything, I couldn't speak highly enough of them. And there's a great bond between everyone. At times, us as players have to be told the home truths from the management team, and all is rosy at times when you're winning, but if you've had an off day or a bad day, or something's not going your way, you need someone there as well to maybe chip in and give the quiet word. And I think at this stage we're all so used to each other, and it's a real panel effort, it's a real community effort. There's so many people in the background that probably don't even get the credit that they deserve, but us as players, we recognise the effort and the amount of work that goes into putting our team out on Sunday and every other day.
Yeah, I'd say you're not short of telling a few home truths yourself if needs be in that dressing room.
Oh, sure, look at, you know, they say sometimes, don't you, as you get older, you get a little bit crankier. And look at, I hope I'm not too cranky, but hopefully the words are more encouraging than harsh. But look at, there's always a time and place when, you have to maybe lash out some home truths. But sure, look at, you get on with it too. And that's the kind of character and resilience that you build as a player. And we've brilliant characters in this panel, not only the starting team, but the girls that are there on the bench every day driving us on as well. That's what makes us a stronger team. So, it's just a brilliant feeling. And as a collective, it's brilliant to be part of this team.
I'm sure there's an expectation, considering all your experience and your success through the years, that you will say some words at the right time over the course of a week. Is it something you sit and think about as to, is it the night before a game? Is it in the dressing room? Is it picking out one or two players who you feel might need just that pep talk? How do you go about that leadership side and the communication side?
Yeah, look, without a doubt, as I said, we know each other so well at this stage. You know the players that maybe feel the nerves that little bit more the week of a game. You know the people who are completely relaxed and really just embrace and enjoy the big day. And it's just knowing when the right time is, that, you know, to have that little quiet word. I know the people that at this stage that might be a little bit nervous, and giving them the words of encouragement, because if they feel good going out onto a pitch, well, they're going to play that little bit better. And look, there's two or three of us that always give maybe a little bit of a few words of encouragement in the team huddle before the game. And I suppose that's just as much of, you know, structure and routine at this stage, that the same kind of two or three players give their voice. And look, everyone respects that too, because it's not Ursula Jacob is the know-all, or whoever, Mary Lacey or Stacey Keogh or whatever. We all respect everyone's opinion. But you just need to, I suppose the key thing and the key message I would say is knowing when is the right time. And I think the management team have that worked out at this stage as well. Maybe I don't need to hear as much encouragement as maybe a younger girl. So we all kind of know how to approach everyone at this stage, but it's a combination. I think it comes very natural, more so than kind of preparing and saying tonight at training I'm going to speak to this person. It's a little bit more of a natural thing, and the communication between kind of all the girls is really open and good. So it's really positive, to be honest.
The team you beat back in December, Sarsfields of Galway, they take on Schlockneal, the Ulster champions. That one takes place Saturday 2:00 at Breffni Park in the other semi-final. But you're taking on the Clare champions, Scariff, 1:30 Sunday in Clonmel. Have you seen much of Scariff?
Look, I've seen them play before, not in person. It's either through, you know, live streaming or whatever. Funnily enough, we've actually never played each other either in championship or in a challenge game. So it's going to be a first-hand experience for both teams playing each other. But look, I'm sure they've watched plenty of games that we've played as well. But look, as I said there a few minutes ago, we are fully aware of the challenge that lies ahead on Sunday. You know, Scariff are an excellent team, a well-balanced team, lots of experience filtered throughout the team, and senior inter-county players for Clare Camogie. So look, we're under no illusion that we are going to have to be at our very, very best to beat them. But we're looking forward to the challenge as well. You know, we've had 3 weeks since the Leinster final. And look, we're back where we want to be in an All-Ireland semi-final. But we know we're going to have to up things from our Leinster final performance if we're going to get over the line on Sunday.
Yeah, should be an absolute cracker, as I say. 1:30 on Sunday in Clonmel. Allart Bala against Scariff Ogonolloe. We'll keep you up to date on Sundays off the ball. Ursula Jacob, thanks as always, and very best of luck at the weekend.
Thanks so much.
All our club championship coverage on Off the Ball is brought to you by AIB, proud sponsors of the Football, Hurling and Camogie All-Ireland Club Championships. You can check out #TheToughest for more.
The GAA Club Championship Preview on OTB Sports.
In partnership with AIB, proud sponsors of the Football, Hurling and Camogie All-Ireland Club Championships.